Feel the tremor beneath your feet, the living pulse of an earth that wakes with you. Dawn's first light crawls across the horizon, spilling gold over the darkness that once gripped your thoughts. In the hush before daybreak, when doubts try to reclaim their throne, you hold a secret older than mountains, the mastery of a mind disciplined into stillness. It is here, in this breath, that greatness begins, not in distant applause or future acclaim, but in the private arena of your own resolve. Every legend, Edison hunched over a flickering filament, Carnegie pacing factory floors, Lincoln sharpening words that would mend a wounded nation, first conquered themselves before they conquered circumstance. They silenced the inner tremor, stood unmoved by storms, and from that tranquil eye of certainty shaped the very tempo of history. Close your eyes, listen to the tiny drumbeat beneath your ribs. That sound is not merely survival, it is the drum roll announcing the next act of your life's grand performance. Imagine each beat hammering a decree into the walls of your consciousness. You will not flinch. You will not fracture. You will act unshaken. Live unbreakable. For the mind, once mastered, is the only fortress no army can breach, no economic crash can crumble, no rumor or ridicule can set ablaze. Master your mind, and the world becomes obedient clay, awaiting the sculptor's hand. See your doubts for what they truly are, passing clouds before an unending sky. Once they felt like iron bars, today recognize their vaporous weight. The Wright brothers felt them clinging to every wooden wing. Mary Pickford felt them haunting every rejected audition. Walt Disney felt them mocking a humble drawing of a mouse. Yet each of them saw beyond the haze, carving runways into the wind, screens onto which dreams could be projected, kingdoms where imagination ruled with velvet scepter. They did not wait for certainty, they forged it. They did not borrow confidence, they minted it within. So must you. Your first act of domination is thought selection. The mind is a parliament convened every moment, debating your destiny. Some voices argue for fear, citing failures of the past as irrefutable evidence. Other voices champion audacity, referencing the infinite resource of human spirit. You, and you alone, hold the gavel. Bang it. Decide. Exile the representatives of doubt. Elect faith as the prime minister of your inner realm. Napoleon Hill wrote that faith is the elixir that gives life, power, and action to the impulse of thought. Let faith be the architect drafting blueprints in midnight oil. Let faith be the engineer driving rivets into sunrise steel. As belief deepens, clarity dawns. It separates noise from melody, distraction from directive. Henry Ford stared at a horse-cluttered street and saw not congestion but possibility, an engine unburdened by hay, an urban symphony rescored. Clarity is that alchemical lens revealing diamonds in the dust. It whispers, "Here, dig." In your own life, amid infinite stimuli, clarity tags the one pursuit that sets your bloodstream ablaze. Follow that signal as a mariner follows Polaris. Let it orient every yes, every decisive no. Then purpose springs forth, a river undivided by tributaries of hesitation. Purpose is not merely a statement. It is a sword you wield against mediocrity. Carnegie forged his from childhood hunger and immigrant grit. He vowed not only to rise, but to lift millions in the ascent. Your sword may be justice, creativity, scientific dawn, generational wealth, or the simple right of your children to dream unencumbered. Grip it, etch its name onto every task, every calendar block, every heartbeat. With purposing even tedium glows. Floor sweeping in a fledgling workshop becomes preparation for a patent. Midnight math assignments become steps toward curing disease. Yet vision alone is hollow without discipline, the gatekeeper that permits no excuses past its threshold. Discipline is the unheralded queen ruling the kingdom of results. She rises before impulse, eats discomfort for breakfast, devours procrastination before lunch, and sips resolve at dusk. Think of Edison sleeping in his lab coat, catnapping beside projects others called impossible. Think of Jordan shooting free throws in an empty gym while stadium lights elsewhere dimmed. Think of Mandela pacing a prison yard, rehearsing freedom speeches decades before microphones found him. Discipline is not drudgery, it is devotion, a love letter written in sweat to the masterpiece you are becoming. Now, act. The universe bends for the decisive. Opportunity perfumes the air around the mover. Louis Pasteur said chance favors the prepared mind. I add, it salutes the swift hand. Draft the business plan, hit record on the camera, dial the prospect, apologize where you must, start again where you failed. While others rehearse reasons, you rehearse results. Action transfigures theory into testimony. A single stride across the starting line dissolves the chasm that fear painted so wide. Keep striding. Each footfall erodes hesitation's cliffs until the path behind you glitters with milestones. Carry gratitude as both compass and companion. Many mistake gratitude for passive acceptance. In truth, it is the fuel of acceleration. When you bless what you have, you prime the mind to detect abundance. And what the mind detects, it multiplies. Carnegie thanked every machine that roared, every worker who sweated, every obstacle that revealed improved designs. Gratitude widened his lens, unveiling riches invisible to greed-clouded eyes. Begin each day listing victories already yours. The health that breathes you, the challenges that sculpt you, the relationships that anchor you, the ideas that visit you like royal emissaries. Such thanksgiving turns scarcity myths to dust. Adaptability is the nimble partner of resilience. One bends, the other refuses to break. Together, they dance through upheaval like reeds in a river current. Picture Apple during its exile era, nearly forgotten. Pivoting from grey boxes to candy-colored iMacs, then to pocket-sized revolutions called iPod, because adaptability married resilience, and the world's soundtrack changed keys. Train your mind to pivot elegantly. When markets shift, learn. When relationships evolve, grow. When plans detour, invent. The oak that cannot bend splinters in the storm. The bamboo bows yet stands. Your might resides in supple strength. Learning is the river feeding every fertile plain of greatness. To cease learning is to erect dows in the current of destiny. Edison read scientific reports like scripture. Oprah interviewed wisdom carriers until ideas sparkled like constellations. Da Vinci autopsied cadavers and sketched hummingbird wings, searching cross-discipline for symphonies of insight. Embody their curiosity, devour books, mentors, failures. Each mistake becomes a lecture, each success a case study, each day a classroom. Knowledge is not mere data, it is leverage, expanding what is possible on the fulcrum of understanding. And now, in the silence between thoughts, feel the immensity of what has awakened within you. You are no longer tourist in your own potential. You are resident architect, blueprint in hand, hammering pillars of intent into bedrock. See how fear recoils at the furnace of your certainty. See how worry thins in the glare of your vision. You did not come this far to shrink. You came to stand over the ruins of limitation and erect citadels of triumph. Hold this line of conviction against every siege. When critics circle, speak softly within. I am the calm earth beneath a raging quake. When plans fracture, declare, I am architect enough to redesign. When fatigue begs surrender, whisper, I am discipline, embodied. Your mind, once an untamed province, now rings with bell towers of declaration, summoning every faculty to your cause. Breathe once more, slower, deeper. Feel the air swirl down corridors of lung and artery, carrying resolve to the fingertips that will craft the next paragraph of your legacy. Recall the words that started this journey. Master your mind. Act unshaken. Live unbreakable. These are not slogans. They are structural beams, load-bearing truths capable of shouldering any dream. Visualize the chapters ahead. Ventures launched, communities uplifted, horizons broadened beyond childhood maps. Hear the applause of generations unborn, crediting your courage for roads they now travel. Sense the ripple through time each brave decision triggers, how one act of obedience to purpose detonates possibilities in strangers you will never meet. Such is the mathematics of mastery, exponential influence, compound impact, dividends and destinies redeemed. Stand now, taller in spirit, if not in stature. Feel the ground agree with your stand. From this vantage, the summit no longer intimidates. It invites. The climb, arduous, exhilarating, and necessary, awaits the first step whispered by willpower. Take it, then another. Wear the storms like medals, the stumbles like signposts, the victories like dawn. For nothing hereafter can truly bother the mind you have forged. You journey under a banner not of ease, but of excellence, not of comfort, but of conquest. Steel sings fire's praises because the blaze shaped its edge. Likewise, you will bless adversity for tempering your character. The same oxygen that fuels flames also fuels lungs. What incinerates complacency can ignite ambition. Use every element. Transmute every sorrow to song, every rage to rocket, every doubt to data. Turn hardship into harbinger, risk into revelation. For now, as the sun climbs, so do you. Eyes bright, heart steady, mind unwavering. Mastery in motion, resilience incarnate, gratitude walking on two determined feet. Take another breath, feel its promise, and step.